So here's how I view the Voting Rights Act. For those of you that are not aware, the Voting Rights Act was instituted because certain states in the U.S. had a history of writing unfair laws that prevented minorities, black and brown people, poor people, the uneducated from voting. and the law was written to say, you can't do that anymore. And we just went through a situation where the Supreme Court said, oh, it's not an issue anymore, racism's over, we don't need it. And then a lot of states responded the way you'd think they would. I'm actually going to tell it to you in a funny story, because I think it'll be more palatable to you that way. So imagine, if you will, that you and your brothers and your sisters, you're all playing ball inside the house. You're kicking balls inside the house. Guess what happens? You break stuff. You're breaking furniture. You're breaking plates. You're breaking vases. You're breaking all sorts of things. And Mom comes in. What does Mom say? Of course, Mom says, you kids can't play ball in the house anymore. I'm tired of stuff getting broken. You take the ball, you go, you play outside in the yard with it. And for years, you had to play ball outside. You had to keep the ball outside and not break anything inside the house. That makes perfect sense. And then several years later, you're teenagers, you're older, you're more mature, and Mom says, hey, you know what? I think you can be trusted to play ball inside the house. So why don't you kids come on, bring the balls back inside the house, and just, don't break anything. I trust you. And, then kids start breaking stuff, so dishes and pots and pans and I guess pots and pans don't break, but you don't get the point of it. And Nancy Claire, see what I did there? Nancy Claire breaks a very nice vase, Mom's favorite vase, and Mom sees her doing it, walks in, and Mom doesn't say what you think she said. What Mom actually says is, Nancy Claire, I saw you break my vase. Now, Nancy Claire, no more high kicks for you. Gotta cut those high kicks out. That's pretty much what happened. I don't know why Mom didn't come back in and say, you kids can't play ball in the house. You're clearly being racist. Get back outside the ball. But Mom didn't say that. So here's where we are. Nobody's mentioned it yet that I've heard. Maybe somebody's made the observation. If you consider the fact that in the Electoral College, the voting for the President of the United States of America, most states mandate that whoever gets a majority for that state gets all the electoral votes. So if you got a 60-40% split Republican-Democrat, and you've got 10 votes, the Republican doesn't get 6 and the Democrat 4. The Republican gets all 10. And maybe it's not as severe as this in other elections, but at least for the election of the president, considering that a vast majority of states push all of their electoral votes towards whoever gets the majority in their state, if you effectively prevent people that don't vote for you from going to the polls, you have actually stopped an entire group of people from voting. Which basically means that insofar as the office of the presidency is concerned, certain elements of political leadership have actually rolled us back to before the Civil Rights era. And no one said this that I've heard, but I'm kind of ticked about it. So please don't let them get away with that, okay? Someone has to come in and tell them they can't play ball inside the house anymore. It's just common sense.